Yeah, it's interesting.
Welcome to FOH. This week we're doing the SLR Regio, which is GOB July 20. GOB July 20. We were going to do a back-to-back side-by-side of the Trinidad Fundadores and the Cohiba Lancero, but Ken smoked the Trinidad Fundadores, apparently.
You put it in the confessions packet.
I did not. Kenny,
Well,
yet again, has screwed it up.
It looked like a confession, seriously.
So here we are.
Proper cigars are not supposed to look like boomerangs.
SLR Regio, which I love. I like the SLR Regios. Kenny, you wouldn't have one of these for years and years and years and years and years.
Oh, I don't think it's that long. Interesting. Very cracked. Can we see that on this? It's very cracked. Big cracks down there. But that's not going to matter.
That's probably your storage conditions, I suspect. Because it wouldn't have left.
I don't really have.
They wouldn't have left the FOH facilities under like that. Can I tell you? Although I picked that.
I thought it'd be looking like a boomerang. Seriously,
I did pick those for you. So no doubt it may have left along those lines. But the draw is fine, isn't it? Come on,
lopsided but fine.
The cigar looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
It does.
Colorado Rosado. It's beautiful, beautiful looking cigar.
Absolutely, no argument from me.
How you been, Kenny?
Oh Christ!
Members want to know. You bought a house. Well done.
I haven't bought a house.
Okay, so we'll backtrack.
Yeah, I didn't realise. Today's the last day for finance, although it is a public holiday in Brisbane, so I'm sort of maybe thinking I might get a day's extension because the bloke doesn't.
There's no public holiday in Brisbane, mate. They cancelled it.
Yes, but they cancelled it at such a stage that it was far too late to. But I mean, it's just non-stop, really. Every time I think I've got this organised, something else comes along. I'm stuck down here, so I have to.
We're both in lockdown, people. We're both in lockdown. I'm in Brisbane lockdown. Kenny.
I'm not strictly in lockdown in New South Wales, but I'm not allowed to go back across the border. That's where all the documents were. Then I find they're in South Australia. After 8 extensions to sell the place, I'm now running around madly trying to get these documents in time, just in case I can go fishing Friday week. Fat chance of that. Anyway, so they actually get them back in time, but of course north of the border. So then they're going to send them down south of the border. So we managed to do all this, and trust me, this took a day and a half of a million phone calls and so on. And then the last minute,
you're looking relaxed.
Oh, I'm not looking relaxed. The last minute, the woman said, and she's been very helpful. She's the one person in the ANZ who's been very helpful, so I don't want to offend her. She says, and of course, bring along your.
I tell you right now, she's a saint. Yeah.
Oh, trust me, yeah.
She's a saint.
She is.
Yeah.
She said, bring along your. I'm signing the transfer documents, etc. tomorrow morning, but today's the last day for finance. But as long as I know I can sign them tomorrow, I'm okay. She said, now, of course, bring along your birth certificate. I said, what do you mean, my birth certificate? I haven't seen a birth certificate for 30 odd years. I wouldn't know. Well, you're going to need your birth certificate. I said, I've been a client for 35 years. You've got half a dozen accounts with me. Oh no, we need to identify you.
This is good. Now, what's this? How's that started off for you? Is it peanut for you?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Nuts. It's just screaming nuts.
Yep.
I was thinking nuts before I even spoke to you.
I mean, I've had 3 puffs, but it's quite full flavoured and rich and nutty.
Whoa, that's beautiful.
It's going well so far.
Beautiful start.
About the only thing in my life going well. It's just, I aspire to being a train wreck. It's just non-stop. Oh, and the bloke, the bloke doesn't want to extend it. I think he's got a higher offer, and so he keeps saying, "No, we're not extending. Not one single extension."
Well, that's what I'd say too if I was a vendor.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm doing everything I possibly can for him. I just got to get the birth certificate. Then I can sign the transfer documents. Then I just got to get the money together. That'll be the next bit of fun.
When do you have to have it in place by?
Oh, settling towards the end of August, I think, 25th or something.
Yeah, but the finance clause now?
Today.
Yeah. I'm glad you got time for a cigar. It's great.
Well, it's something else I can do. I've got to sit and wait till this thing turns up.
Oh, mate, we're just doing it. We're getting your mind off it. It's great. So what cigars are for? Take your mind off the issue that you have going on any given day. Hey, do you feel more relaxed now? Oh, Jesus. We'll be back with you at the end of the first third. This is a disaster.
It's not COVID. I've had both injections, and wasn't that fun as well? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, smoke pouring out of it.
First third, Kenny. Mate, that peanut's just continued on. For
Yeah,
me.
I haven't got very far, as you can see. But the only problem with mine is there's a bit of a, it's gone a bit wonky on the burn.
Burn, but you've got a bit of breeze. I can see a bit of breeze down there.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty still today. I mean, I didn't even have to go and hide in the corner to light it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good.
I mean, this is a perfect day. There is absolutely, you couldn't find a wisp of cloud. The ocean is sparkling and near Mill Pond, a pot of dolphins out there. Really, I just put this on earlier. You should be in a t-shirt in the middle of winter. Perfect day.
Gorgeous, mate. This is the best St. Louis Rey Regio I've had in a long time.
Yeah, this is lovely.
This is goddamn rich, and it's peanut butter rich. And it's not something I normally associate with St. Louis Rey Regios. Oh, that is unctuous. That's good. That's really good. The draw's fine. But the richness is what.
It's over medium, well over medium.
If I could make a nudie this good, that's all I'd smoke. Jesus Christ, that's good. That's really.
All you got to do is swap bands.
No, if I could, I would love to blend along these flavor guidelines.
Oh, yeah.
I love that peanut, that richness coming through. It would be my go-to cigar every day. I love it.
I mean, if someone wants to see, people who are starting to smoke cigars and interested in what people find in them, and you say, oh, well, you can get peanut flavors, and they look at things, well, how do you get peanut flavors? Well, grab one of these, and that's how you get peanut flavors.
And if someone asked me, give me 4 or 5 cigars that've got a peanut profile, it would not be on that list until now. And
well, let's hope it's not a fleeting.
Well, the fact that you've got one, it's just not. I mean, let's face it. It's obviously the blend on the day, and there's a very little chance that our 2 cigars will actually roll by the same roller. But it's nice to see we're consistent on that. Really, it's fantastic to see we're consistent on that. Great start. Back at the end of the second third. Second third, Kenny, any changes to you?
Look, it's got a sweeter note come through, which makes it even more appealing. The only problem is it's the crappy construction and so forth. It's all over the place, and I've had to try and fix it in that, which is a bit of a shame. But the flavours are fantastic.
It's a mid-20, yeah? So it's a mid-20, but so forgive the construction just a tad. But from a flavour perspective,
flavour's great.
I think it's a perfectly blended bloody cigar. These are cheap. These are cheap, Ken. Ish. Ish.
You are talking to someone who probably never be able to afford another cigar.
I know. In the pantheon of Cuban cigars, this is a low level. I'm going to say Robusto-ish because if I say it, we'll say people don't understand. So let's call it Robusto, people. So it's a cheapie in that world, and it just tastes.
Been included in that when we did all those Robustos.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have knocked the Caros off, and there was I think D4 was second, marginally second from memory.
But this is a 93 pointer for me right now.
I was thinking the only thing at the moment is
you're burn. But I haven't got those in. But then I'm indoors.
Yeah, but this is
at least covered.
There's not a breath of air. It's not a problem. There's not a breath of air. But
wow.
And flavour 93, 94, construction about 12. But aside from that,
it's a cracker. It's a dead set damn cracker.
If it holds together and doesn't go off and get all wonky for the second half, then it.
We'll see. We'll be back with you at the end of the last third. Last third, Kenny, your burn's been appalling. You can't get it to work. You've been on the phone, etc. there, but let's focus on flavour.
Loving the flavour. Loving the flavour. It's still sitting up at 93 on flavour, 12 on construction.
So my burn has been, as you guys can see, flawless all the way through. Flavour, brilliant. I'm going to go 93, 94 on this. This is going close to the best cigar I've had in the last 4 weeks.
No, well, this is. I had a Lucy recently, which was in the confessions thingy, and I must say, the confessions packages are very interesting. Some you look at and you can see they've got leaves basically trying to run for the hills. Others I look at and I think, what the hell is wrong with this one? And it might have the tiniest little, and they've been fantastic cigars.
So all of Ken's confessions cigars are seconds, yeah?
Not all. I occasionally use some of my own for confessions.
Yeah, majority are seconds.
Lately.
Yeah, but I love seconds because that's all I smoke, Ken. That's all I smoke. So if I'm a smoking, I can't see why you can't.
No, absolutely. I mean, I look at a cigar now and it might look like crap, and I no longer think, well, this is going to be, I think, well, let's have a look. And so often they've been stunning.
Yeah. I think that's the way you need to look at it.
If you ever read confessions, you'd know that.
I read them all the time.
You don't, because otherwise you'd be on the phone saying, why did you say this about me?
SLR Regio. Best Regio I've had in a decade.
Yeah, look, aside from the
burn bubble.
Seriously, I mean, forest fires burn with more consistency but aside from that, lovely flavours.
What's surprising me is that it's medium full. What's surprising me is the peanut element has actually kept its way all the way through. It actually has changed this last quarter.
Little less peanut now, but it had that sweet character come through it.
More cocoa now in that last bit. Wow. I'm impressed.
Yep. Have they discontinued SLRDCs?
SLRDCs, no one's seen one for 4 years, of current construction. So no, they haven't. Look, I think you'll see them again. Let's put it in perspective. Habanos is in an absolute mess. So they have no idea what's coming out. Production is down to 35 to 40% of what it was 3 months ago. It's going to be some lean times in the world of cigars the next year, I suspect.
That'll help prices.
I don't think there's too much discounting going on around the world right now. Because no one knows. Why would you discount a D4 SLR Regio when you don't know when you're going to another one? You don't know. You have no idea. So it is what it is. You just hook in and do the best you can.
Thoroughly enjoyed this, except for the
on a positive side, Kenny, Bond Roberts is going nuts, So because the secondary market, given there's so few cigars on the primary market, the secondary market is going Burko. Great stuff. And you've been a prime recipient of that. So
I don't know if you saw I was going through old cleaning out computer files, and then I came across the article written by Simon Chase, which I put up this morning.
I saw that today. I saw that this morning,
and one of the LEs he talked about was the very costly collector's sublimes from 04 for Cohiba. And I thought, he's spot on with that. I wonder if he has any idea of the price they'd get to. No,
and I was amazed at the time because, when they came out of that price point in 2004,
Yeah. They
we're all going, the world's ended. The world has ended. But who would have thought that Cohiba Sublimes from that period of time today, I mean, what's the pricing right now? 14,000? What are they?
Well,
what did you achieve in your box?
8. One was 8 and one was 9.5.
Oh, sorry, 8 and 9. So
that's US.
US, remarkable pricing.
Oh. But look, I've said this before. If you go back to, and he didn't touch on this in the article really, but those early LEs, they were very, very cheap. I mean, some of the 2000s, 2001s were $130 for the box. The Partagas for $130 because I've got the price tag on the box from Cuba.
We bought some of those Toy de Montre early ones, I think 2003, if I remember correctly, for Nick's, honestly.
And I still maintain, I think it was 2002 there were none, no release.
I can't remember. Yeah, I think you're right. That's it, right.
2000s, 2001. And I always believed that was because they never really, and the way he talks about the LE program was a bit sort of like, well, what the hell are we doing type thing. And I'm sure that was because they had no idea of how successful they were going to be, and they just weren't prepared. So they skipped that year. And then they started to realise what they had, and the prices started to climb. But back in those early days, God spare me, were they cheap.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. SLR Regios, people. Put them in right now, 2020, 2021, put them in your rotation because they don't cost a lot and they're delivering big flavours. Fair point. What's your final score?
92. I'd give it more, but
I'm going, okay, I was going to say 94, but I'm going to say 93. I don't know why, but only because I feel bad for your burn, Ken. That's it. But flavour-wise, 94 every goddamn day of the week. Yep. Love it. I love the fact that an inexpensive cigar can deliver these sort of flavours. Brilliant. Until next week, Ken, and we'll be doing a review of your new house sometime soon, hopefully.
Oh, don't hold your breath on that. So, all right, yeah. Well, I'll try not to smoke next week's cigar before we actually.
If you can't smoke if you can try not to smoke our review cigars before we actually do a review, it'd be great.
When we're off air, I'll get you to tell me what not to smoke.
Cheers, Phil. Hasta luego. Bye bye.